Ooh, that looks tasty.
Welcome folks, today the Hungry Gamer is back with another mini review, and today we are talking about White Castle Matcha. And thank you to Devere Games for sending me the expansion. The core game I don't actually have, but original Don had a copy, so I was able to pick this up, go play it with him, and experience it that way. And what this is an expansion to White Castle, obviously. And what it's going to do is it's going to add another section to the bottom of the board. It's going to give you a new player board because now you have geishas that you're able to send out onto this new section of the board. And it's going to give you another color of dice. And it's going to give you another resource, this matcha tea whisk thingy. And at its core, nothing is changing about how you play this game. You're still going to draft a die. If you take the low value, then you're going to get to activate your lantern effect that you're going to be building up throughout the game. You're going to be activating these dice to get resources and to send the meeples off of your board out onto the main board where they're going to score points or get you something in some kind of fashion. And as you go through, you're going to be again taking actions that's going to allow you to move the meeples that you have out on the board in some cases. And for the most part, the tea ceremony where you're going to be able to put the geishas out onto the board is similar to the courtiers because you'll put them out onto the board and then you'll be activating them and moving them in one direction or the other where it will allow you to score points. Now, the difference being, as you are going up the castle, you are picking up different cards and you're slowly getting more points that way. And while you can get cards during the tea ceremony, as you move the geishas all the way over, it's going to activate bonus scoring depending on something else that you have done on the board. So there's a little bit like bonuses. And of course, you're going to be using mostly the new Matcha resource to kind of give you access to the tea ceremony. But beyond that, it is exactly the same game, just with a few more things going on. So what do I like about this expansion? Pretty much everything. I enjoyed White Castle, and one of the things, though, that I didn't love as much about it, and to be clear, I love the way the game looks. I still love the way the game looks. It is a fantastic production. It is stunning on the table. It looks great, period. But one of the things that originally I didn't like as much is just how tight the actions were. As you're playing, there was times towards the end where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do what I want to do. And while with Matcha, you still can't always do what you want to do, it's a little bit looser. There's more action spaces, even though you're going to take more dice. There's more spaces out there, and it feels like you have more options. There are more ways to do the things that you want to do, even if you can't do exactly what you want to do at any given moment. And again, as I already said, it's beautiful. It still looks beautiful, and now maybe I guess it's more beautiful because now you have this other cool bridge with dice on it. And of course, there's more cards and stuff that you're adding in there that adds options to all the decks as you're going through. But at its core, what I'm saying here is that this expansion takes a good game and I think makes it better. But it makes it better in a way that is not just a more of the same expansion, which there's always room for those in games, where you get more cards and things. You're actually getting another whole section of the board that plays exactly the same for the most part, so it's easy to jump in and learn, but the options feel exponential as you add it in there, and I think that's just fantastic. So what are my quibbles about the expansion? None. I have no issues with this expansion. The only thing, literally the only, well, two things. I can think of two things. I'm trying real hard here. The only two things that I can think of is one, it loosens up the game a little bit. It's not as tight of a game. And if that's what you loved about the original White Castle, then maybe you won't be interested in this. And then the only other thing I can come up with is it comes with a scoring multiplier that is 120 and 160. Ain't nobody scoring over 160 points. Get out of my face with that nonsense. But that's it. There is nothing else that I can think of that is worth complaining about in my mind for this expansion. I think this expansion is just fantastic. And if you like White Castle, personally, I think it is an absolutely must buy. So there you have it, folks. That is White Castle Matcha. As always, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, share, maybe become a channel member. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.